Hi everyone, and welcome back. I have dealt with the 22LR in a previous video, so I won't elaborate too much more on it in this video except to briefly recap that the 22LR cartridge is probably the most popular cartridge in existence. It was introduced in about 1887 and most likely developed by the J. Stevens Arms and Tool Company. The round was available at one time in black powder, semi-smokeless, and smokeless powders. The 22LR is used the world over as a competition match cartridge. Today, when you think about rimfire competition rifles, there are many options, but a few major ones stand out. Anschutz is one of the leading companies and has been for a long time. 168 years to be exact. It was founded in 1856. They really got into the target rifle sector in the 1950s with the Model 54 action and was a direct competition for the Winchester Model 52, which at one time was known as the king of the 22s. Anschutz is a choice for many Olympic shooters. Models and variants are far too many for me to discuss here, and I should make clear that I am by no means an expert on these or other 22 competition rifles. The rifle I have here is a Savage Anschutz Match 64, which denotes the 64 receiver. The 64 action was released in the 1960s and is lighter weight than the Model 54. This rifle was built in West Germany in 1963 as stamped on the receiver. This is the same year that Savage and Anschutz made an agreement for Savage to import these rifles to the US. They were Model 64 rifles that were stamped Savage Anschutz, but were entirely made by Anschutz. It has a beech stock with nice target forend that has a half accessory rail and a 25.5-inch heavy barrel measuring 13/16 in diameter. The trigger is very nice at 2 pounds, but I may try to lighten it more. Here are some very preliminary targets. This gun seems to like the SK yellow and the Norma TAC 22. The scope mounted here is a Redfield 3200. It's 16 power with very fine crosshairs. This is a very accurate rifle, seems to prefer the ammo that I just showed you, and these targets are 50 yards. I'd like to get the groups down a little more into the 2s and the 3s, but I have more ammo to put through this rifle. The second rifle here is the CIL Anschutz, which also has the Model 64 action. These Model 64s were imported to Canada by CIL, which stands for Canadian Industries Limited. This rifle also says it was built in West Germany by Anschutz. I haven't been able to come up with the exact date on this rifle, but it was made sometime in the 1960s as well. This stock is also beech with a full rail on this one. And it has a lighter barrel, but still decent. This measures 24 inches in length. The trigger on this rifle is fantastic at 1 pound. The CIL model seems to prefer the SK rifle match and the Lapua Center X ammo. And here's again as a target, very preliminary. The scope mounted here is a Vortex 6-24 by 50. The third rifle here is the Anschutz 1415-1416 Sporter, which has a slight variation of the Model 64 action, and also it's made in West Germany in 1985. This model has a nicely figured walnut stock and a 22.5-inch Sporter barrel. The trigger pull is about 2 pounds. I still have yet to determine the favorite ammo for this gun. The scope on this rifle is a Right-On X1 Conquer 6-24 by 50. All three of these rifles are recent acquisitions, and I'm still in the process of finding the absolute preferred ammo for each one. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.